Hello, hello. Today we're in the indoor facility at Montana State University, and well, the reason is it snowed very heavily today. First time it snowed. Like, I'm happy it's snowing, but I'm not really happy in that I hate indoor tracks. I mean, I love racing in indoor tracks. I hate practicing in indoor tracks. So, but yeah, so good try. Today we got, what is it? 2 sets of 3, 30 meters, I think. It was either 2 sets of 3 or 3 sets of 2. I'll have to check. But 30 meters, then we go into 5, 220 meters. And then we head into bounds, 3 by 30 meter bounds. And then, what was the last thing he said? Upper body workout. Upper body and core workout. Apologies. So, that's the workout for today. And we're going to record like right here. Hopefully you could see. You'll see like 25, it's not like 28 meters. About, I want to say. So, if we see most of it. The angle isn't the best, but it works. Whatever. Alright, so I did fact check myself. It is 2 by 3, and then 2 minutes rest, 4 minutes rest in between sets. I don't know how long that is. Like a minute. I'm back again. So, I think we wait until 4:30. They were good. And then last round between sets. So, but yeah, it snowed today, so it's get out of the way for. But yeah, It's snow today, so I'm not able to go onto the outdoor track. So, kind of got stuck in here. And, well, I mean, it's not bad. It's nice. The track is atrocious. It's not like genuinely track. I feel like it's just like, I don't know what material this is used, but it's not really like track. It's just kind of just here for kind of like just long distance. That's really what it is. I'm gonna walk back. This is a little weirder, but just so I can talk to you without getting in the way of anybody. Yeah. +3. We'll just say +3, so we got until 8 minutes. So we gotta run again. Yeah, that's one set done. A little tired. I mean, I should say tired. I'm not tired at all. I'm just like, my body is trying to get oxygen. There's blood, so I can just feel the heaviness in my breath. But considering how I'm breathing in heavy rather than fast, it means I'm not burning myself, I guess that's what you put it. I'm just kind of tired, recovering. So this is nice. I never told you, I am a kinesiology major. So basically, if you don't know what that is, it's basically the study of human movement, I think, is the simplest term. Right now, I'm trying to go for athletic trainers, or I'm still actually debating if I want to go for athletic trainer or coaching. And I'm just like walking around, so I don't get tired. Damn, is it already up? Damn, bro. I feel like I just got here. But yeah, I want to do. Well, I got one of 3 career paths, right? I'm going to be an Olympian, an Olympic coach, or an Olympic athlete trainer, right? The Olympics, boom, or professional. I think I saw a video recently where there was an interview with somebody, I don't remember who it was, but she basically said how the one question that she always hates is asking, are you an Olympian? You know, because it means like track athletes are appreciated once every 4 years instead of how like sports are, like NFL, where they're appreciated every year. They're like, oh, have you made a Super Bowl? Like, no. But they ask, hey, are you a professional football player? Like, and they'll respond yes. All right, I'm way past my burst time. I'm gonna head back. Alright. I feel like on that rep, I'm gonna work on tenseness. I feel like my body's way too tense. So I just gotta work on relaxing my body. Especially in the start. I feel like once I hit like top end speed or like just get out of that dry phase, I can feel my body like truly relax. But during that dry phase, I really feel like tight and tense. So I just gotta work on like relaxing during that dry phase. What else was I gonna say? What was I talking about earlier? But yeah, I got 3 career paths, all being, but yeah. Oh, that's what I was talking about. That's right. I was trying to like formulate what I was saying earlier. But she basically said how it's just, it sucks being asked to be an Olympian instead of just like a professional, because she's a professional who just hasn't competed at the Olympics. So I'm gonna start using that term. I gotta head back to my rep now. So see you in 30 seconds. On that rep, felt a lot better. I kind of had to force my relaxation instead of just like doing it. But I feel like my form is definitely off. And then again, this is like the third, or this is my 4th practice. It's like fourth sprinting practice. Again, after my injury. So I can't expect my form to be top tier again. So. Oh god, so 11 or 12, 13. Sorry. Oh my god, math is terrible. But yeah, I want to be somewhat at the pro. I want to compete at the Olympic level, the pro level, some way, shape, or form. I don't really care how I get there. I just care about getting there. Like whether I'm a coach for an incredible athlete, whether I am that incredible athlete, which I am already, or if I'm an athletic trainer at to help injuries, recovery, and stuff like that. Honestly, I'm leaning more towards coaching, just because like I feel like it's kind of been I built up to it my whole life. Like when I was like 10 years old, I was a coach for my little sister's soccer team. I was an assistant coach. I wasn't like a head coach. I don't want to be a head coach. Like I feel like a lot of the coaches classes I'm trying to minor in is like they talk about head coaching. I'm like, I don't want to be a head coach. Oh crap! I'm way past my rep time. All right, welcome back. feel like my form was pretty crappy on that one. But yeah. What was I saying again? This is also my last rep. What's I saying? Oh yeah. Like, I really see the appeal of being a head coach. Like, even if I was like a coach for the NFL, like, I'd rather coach offense, defense, or not even be like but very something specific. Like, I'd be a cornerback coach or a quarterback coach, because that's the positions I play. So like, I don't really see the appeal to be like a head coach. It just seems so much of a workload. I don't feel like they don't interact as much. They're kind of just there watching, making sure the coaches are doing what they're doing, making sure the athletes are doing what they're doing correctly. But I feel like being a specific coach, you really like get to know your athletes. I feel like head coaches are just like, they don't really know it to that level, the athletes to that specific level, unless you are there a lot. But I always feel like specific coaches are just, you get a strong bond between athletes, and I feel like that's kind of what I want. But yeah, I'm leaning more towards coaching because, well, like I said, I was assistant coach for my little sister's soccer team, and then I was always, because I was quarterback, I was always just like, even when I was a kid, I was always expected to be a leader. So I kind of just like, since like I was 5 years old until, well, my entire life actually. So the last 13 years basically, I've been like always been a leader to people, inspiration, stuff like that. I just expected. So I feel like just coaching has just always been that way, especially the last like 3 years of high school. For my senior year, it was just like, I think I'm going at 17, but yeah, sorry. Or after my coach passed away, my hurdle coach passed away. Thank you, Coach Johnson. It was just like, we didn't really have a hurdle coach who was like genuinely experienced, so I kind of took over. I'll get more into that when I get done with it. What's that, actually? At 18, so 22, I'd say. So I got 5 by 20 meters now, 2 points in. Sorry, wait, can you see the cones? Yeah, you can see the cones. That's 20 meters. I had 20 meters and then 30 meters was like right under the camera, where you can't see it. But yeah, after my coach passed away, we had a coach, but she was just like, no offense to her, I was a little better than her. I ran a better PR. I knew more than her. I knew more calculations of like film and stuff like that, what to look for, form, stuff like that. I knew a lot more. She was just like right out of high school, so she was just somebody who knew how to do hurdling and they just hired somebody. I still loved her though. She was goated, don't get me wrong. She was just wasn't able to help me was the problem. So I ended up like, and the boy, especially because she was a girls coach, so she'd She didn't really know the difference between height, how different forms, speed, height difference, how much more form matters in height compared to girls hurdles. So I kind of had to take over for the guys as coach. And I coached them the last 2 years. Honestly, I wasn't that good of a coach. They'll tell you completely different. Like, I was a great coach. I taught them a lot, but I don't feel that way. I feel like I did not partake in their improvement a lot. Honestly, I think that was just all them. It was just them improving. I don't really think I did much with that. I was just their hard work. 2 minutes. But yeah, it was just like, even in soccer, I played a lot of sports. My dad kind of forced me to, like, every season, if I wasn't doing a sport, you were doing something. Like, I was gonna be doing 24-hour chores. So I chose the sports route. And yeah, I played football, baseball, soccer, basketball, and then track and field. Football, I loved the most. And then it was just like, once in my freshman year, it became political, like, to the point where I didn't even get to practice at all. Like, I didn't mind not being a starter. Like, I understood that. Like, I wasn't good enough to be a starter. But I wasn't even getting in practices. Like, I was literally just standing on the sidelines the entire fucking practice. And our quarterback, or our entire offense was also the defense, which made no fucking sense. And I'm like, okay. And then when I finally get my shot, right? You know what my coach fucking yelled at me. You wanna know why? Because he put up a shitty play. Sorry for cursing. He put up a crappy play, right, for the defense, right? He put us in zone. He put us in zone. But the problem is they did a fake run. They did a play action, right? So my team, it was just for the zone. It was just me and the safety on this side, right? I think it was left side. And the issue was they faked the play action to the right, or their left, so our right. And my entire team, most of the team fell. The safety that was with me ran that way, so I no longer had a safety. My issue was there's a guy who came from the offensive left side or the defensive right side, did basically a slant route, and then the guy I was supposed to, basically I was on, like, kind of like man, no, not in man, but like, you know, like sitting right in front of him, ended up doing a fly or a fade, whatever you want to call it. So I had to choose between the guy who's in my zone, who's probably, like, if I get him, he's probably going to gain like 5-10 yards, right? Or cover the guy who's 30 yards back with no safety. That's an easy touchdown all day, right? So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make this decision there. I'm gonna save my team a touchdown. I don't care that I'm not gonna guard the guy I'm supposed to. My safety failed at his job, so I'm gonna take over his job. I'm gonna get in trouble. I ended up getting in trouble for that because he threw the guy for 10 yards, and I ended up tackling him for like 15. I think after like 16 yards, if I remember correctly. I don't remember too much about it, but I think it was like 15 to 20 yards, something like within that range. And I got yelled at, and he took me out. And I'm like, I explained the entire thing to the offensive coach, and he understood me completely. Like, he literally argued for me to the head coach, but the head coach, of course, it was just like, the head coach's son was, well, he had a son on the team, one of the best players on the team, and then he basically just took all of his friends, and just, that was the team. That was the offense, that was the defense. And the head coach just didn't give a fuck that it wasn't my fault. He still blamed me. So it was just really political. I'll get more. There was like a lot more to it. I slipped. I'm not gonna redo that rep just because of how much has energy expenditure, so it's not smart too. But yeah, I ended up slipping, so I don't really want to count that rep. I think I stepped under, like right in front of my head instead of like directly under it during that second step, which just caused me to. But yeah, football was just like, ugh, it just was just so political. And then I got another chance, and I got yelled at again. Not my fault, by the way. I mean, it was partially my fault, but I was just doing what the coach told me because I was like, I don't want to get in trouble this time, right? So the coach told me to blitz, right? I'm at cornerback. Well, I don't know, my fault. And he tells me to blitz. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna blitz. So the first time I blitzed, I hit the quarterback, but he passed it by the time. But it was incomplete, so he complimented me on that. And then the second one, it was like 2 plays after, because after that I hit the quarterback, he took me out, and then he put me right back in just to get a breather. And he asked me to blitz again, and I'm like, okay, yeah. But he also put in, the play was also zone. He basically just told me, we're going to do zone, but I want you to blitz instead of covering your zone. Because we were also like they were in the red zone at like within like 5 yards probably. So like the safety, basically the entire zone is right there with them. So he was just like, yeah, I just want you to blitz, try to do what you did last time. And I went directly after the quarterback. But the guy, again, there's a slant. The guy slanted. It was the same team too. So that's that. And he got the ball, touchdown, boom, we lost. Yeah, we lost. And basically, I got yelled at, and I'm like, why? Why am I getting yelled at? You told me to blitz. And he's like, I called zone. And I was like, yeah, you did call zone, but you literally told me to blitz. Like, what do you want from me? Do you want me to blitz? Do you want me not to blitz? Do you want me to cover zone? Like, what do you want me to do, bro? You want me to read the future? Like, and yeah, but it was just so much like, I built up so much hatred towards that coach. It was just like, I fell out of love with the sport. I love my teammates though. And it ended up like a few years later, during my junior and senior year, where it's just like all my old teammates, and just wanted me to come back because our quarterback, not our corners, but our quarterback was just shitty. He could not. If he would probably be zero stars, and honestly, he was probably negative stars. Like, he was just crappy. He was not a good passer. He was not accurate at all. He could throw deep. Yeah, he could throw pretty far. No accuracy whatsoever, so it didn't really matter. All right, I gotta go do my rep. I gotta come back. Nice. Sometimes I forget how short 20 meters is. So it's just like, basically when 30, I'm getting a little tired. Muscle-wise. Not like tired, where it's just like, but like, my muscles are just like starting to hit that high peak point. So I'm good. Ow. What was it saying? Yeah, football. It was just, yeah. They asked me to come back, and it was just like, I was doing track, and it was just like, I didn't really have any more passion for it, football anymore. So it was just like, they wanted me to come back, but I just never did. right. There's some stuff going on over there. So. Probably just I was looking. I'm nosy. All right. But yeah, it was just like a bunch of unfortunate things. I think I'm at 30, so I'm gonna have to. But that's one thing I think also just convinced me to become a coach, where it's just like, I was a leader, where I hadn't even played for 2 years of football. And the people I did play football with, or people who just knew me and knew I played quarterback, they all wanted me to come back. Where it was just like, I think that also convinced me where I just need to be a coach, because I'm a leader. I feel like it's part of me now, you know. I'm built in as a leader. Ooh. I was forget. How is it using both sides of this? I love that stance. I really do. I did that stance when I got the school record for the 55-meter hurdles and 16-meter hurdles. I would take a picture of the 55-meter hurdles. I like it. My PR is 17. Holy crap. 55-meter hurdles. Goddamn. No, 7.71, which isn't that good. But I'll take it. It was really impressive for me. It was quite impressive. For 16-meter hurdles, my PR is 8.66 or 26, which is really impressive for this reason. Because I mean, I know the timing itself isn't that impressive, but I was really happy with it, because before the state meet, where I PR'd for that time, I was coming in with an 8.41, and I was ranked 24th out of 24. I was literally barely made the final, or barely made states. And it was just like, it was crazy. 8.41, right? That's my PR. I go into states, 24th out of 24th, boom, 8.26. A 0.15 second PR, like, oh my god, that is incredible. And I'm back. This is my third rep, I think. Problem right now is just like, there's no consistency between reps. My shoes untied. So I'm looking like this, and then I go into that, and it's just like there's no consistency. There's no like, that step looks the exact same, that step looks the exact same. Like, and I think I just gotta work into this, doing that consistency. Because I gotta remember, I know. I gotta keep repeating this to myself, but it's just like it's coming off an injury where I literally did almost no sprinting for like 4 months in a row. I did some sprinting after my ankle healed, and then my toe got fucking sprained, like a toe sprain of all things. Like, come on, bro. My God, what the hell? So, and then I couldn't do anything for 2 months. So it's just from August until like now, like really early November. So, not even August, July. So what was that, 7 to 9? So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 5 months, yeah. Why did I say November was 9? September is 9. I'm dumb. But yeah. Oh, it's just like, it's been really, I gotta remember it, you know, face-wise. I just gotta remember that, put that in my brain, where it's really not my fault. That I just gotta get back to where I was. I got actually I got one last rep, and then 30-meter bound by 3. Minutes, and then I gotta do 3x30.
Let's work with different muscles.
3x30 meter bounds, and then I got the upper body and core workout. But yeah, what was I saying? I keep forgetting what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, like, I just gotta get that in my head, but I think after a while I'll get it back. Especially during winter break, where it's just like I'm gonna be back home, and I'm probably gonna be joining my old coach, for a lot of his practices, because I just need I need to do this again. It's 5 months without work. If you've ever been like an athlete, ever been hurt to the point where even like a month, a couple weeks off, or just like something like that, where you're not allowed to run or do what you love, it breaks you. And it really just like puts you on your butt immediately. It's especially because for me, I consider hurdling an art, right? Hurdling, you have to be perfect down to the most minuscule detail. If you even miss by a fraction of anything at all, it could screw your race completely over. Right? Like, take, what year was this? Was it I want to say 2014? No. I want to say 2016 Olympics. I don't remember what year it was. I don't remember. But it was Grant Holloway versus Hassel Parchment. And where Grant Holloway had an incredible start. He was about 3 meters ahead, which doesn't sound like a lot, but in hurdling or any sprinting event, that is a crazy difference. But yeah, in the start, he was like 3 meters ahead. And then it was just like towards that last bit of race, that last like 3 hurdles, and then the final 11 meters. Hassel Parchment was able to make it up and won by, I think it was like wait, what was it? I think, I'm trying to think. Because I want to say Hassel Parchment ran a 13.04, sorry. And then I want to say Grant Holloway ran a 13. Oh, 13? I don't know. I wrote it down in my notes, but I have it on me. But yeah, it's just like guessing. But yeah, they're really close together. Which it's just unfortunate because if you know hurdling, Grant Holloway should have won that race. But because he made those minuscule mistakes, with his cycling, because he was just like in those last 5 ones, he was just cycling a little higher to the point where it was just he was spending like milliseconds more in the air while Hassel Parchment was staying consistent more. And Hassel Parchment, one of the coolest things I've ever seen is that off of calculations, he was able to run in between the hurdles for like 0.9 seconds. Usually the Olympic hurdles is 1 to 1.1 seconds for every hurdle. Hassel Parchment was 1.1 for most of the race, and then was able to hit 1.9 he was a mixture of 1.11, and then he was able for one hurdle, I think it was like the 7th hurdle, he ran a 0.9 seconds between the hurdle, which is incredible. Like, that is incredibly fast. Alright, I gotta do my rep. And then, unfortunately for the bounds, there's like, I think it's a walk back, because it doesn't say specified rest time. So, I imagine it's just do 30 meters, walk back, 30 meters, walk back. So, no more yapping. Walk back though. I feel like I'm not slowing down, but going a little slower than, just because I'm trying to emphasize form more than speed. Alrighty. That's how we get it done. Whew. So that's basically, for the most part, done. I kind of realized when I was doing those bounds where I'm not able to record the upper body and workout, just because it mostly has to do with how videoing works, where I can't video and go into like another tab at the exact same time. Oh, my water bottle. I just dropped all the cones. But yeah. So I'm not able to record the upper body workout, but I will do a video journal of how the upper body felt. Because I gotta put this stuff away. Alright, whatever. I'll go the other way. I'll put you on the wall. This is not embarrassing whatsoever. Ugh. But yeah. Oh, you know what? I didn't use my spikes, but you want to see them? Oh, look at these beauties. Oh, they're gorgeous. The spikes are like dull though. Like, they're not, for the most part. They're still sharp in some type of way. They're not like dull where they're out of use, but they're to the point where you have like, I have to replace them soon. But yeah, well, I forget what I was talking about earlier, but oh, that water tastes good. Oh, I put these in my shoes. They're carbon fiber insoles. I don't use them for running though, especially right now, because this is just mostly for my recovery. I use these just purely for, just to put them in, and that way I don't bend my toe for the toe sprain injury that I was talking about. That way I don't bend my toe, like, what's the best way? Like dorsiflex? Basically I'm not able to bend them towards me too much. I mean, I can now. It's just, and there's no pain whatsoever. I haven't felt any pain. But still, rather take precautions than nothing at all. So I usually put them in. Ugh. And they also really feel good. I feel more bouncy in them, but I wouldn't recommend them for sprinting because they kind of take away a lot of the force. Or not take away, but they kind of just take some of the force to the point where it's just like you're kind of not getting as much force. I don't really know how to explain it, but I feel like it ends up hurting more than helping. So I use them when I'm walking around, or when I'm doing like moderate to instead of high intensity workouts. Yeah, but I also have these insoles as well. Dirty. I don't really care. These are XL? Really? Goddamn. My feet are not that big, bro. I only wear 11 and a half. My feet are not that big. But yeah, these ones are nice, just especially because they help focus on the arch part, where I have a medium arch, about a medium to large arch, to the average person. So a lot of shoes don't really have that type of built-in arch unless you look specifically, and those shoes get really expensive. So these shoes were kind of cheaper, not cheap, but I mean, like probably like $50, $60. Actually, wait, I think I got these shoes for $40 because I think the store was closing. Yeah, I think I got these shoes and my Currys for $40. Yeah, my Currys were $40 because the store was closing. So I was just like, oh yeah, let me buy these. Like $40, the shoe usually goes over like $150. Let me get those. Sorry, I'm yapping a lot. I gotta do my workout. I'm kind of like avoiding it so I can continue to yap. You know, one of the nice things about this like video recording is that I've never been a talker. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not good at talking. I feel like every time I have a conversation with someone, eventually it gets to that point where it just becomes awkward because I don't know what to say after that or how to continue the conversation after a while. I've definitely gotten better at it I don't want to say from this, but I feel like with an emphasis of other things. We're in college, I feel like I'm hanging out with a lot more people than I used to, because I used to just go to school, have practice, and then head back home. here, I don't really have home. My home is my dorm room, and I don't go there much. Because trying to stay away from it. It's not because it's like bad or my roommate's bad. I love my roommate. He's cool as hell. But it's just that I kind of just, I don't want to get to the point where it's just like I'm in my room 24/7. Kind of like how I was in high school. I wanted to change that, so I wanted to be hanging out with my more friends. Oh, by the way, the reason I'm putting stuff on is because I'm going to the turf room. Yeah, there's a turf room. I love this. Oh my god, I love this. Well, the wellness center. Oh my god, it's so goated here. I'm gonna put my gloves in here. I'll show you the turf room in a minute. Because in the turf room they have like yoga mats and everything in there compared to here. So, but yeah, this student wellness center is amazing. I love it. They got this indoor track right here. They got a volleyball court, a basketball court, 3 basketball courts actually. Excuse me. Sorry, burp. They got a miniature soccer thing over here. I'll show you in a second. Do you see it? So I'm not very good at showing. I should just flip the camera. What? But yeah, this is the soccer, which is nice. And if you see over there, we have a giant rock climbing wall, which is sick as hell. Just because, like, I'm not a big rock climber, so I haven't used it yet. We got a bunch of weight room. I mean, a lot of machines. Unfortunately, because we're also on a college campus with like 1,500 kids. Not 1,500. Well, that's so little. 15,000. Sorry. Kids at like, I think it's probably a little undershot, but about there. That the machines are usually taking a lot of the time, so you have to find like the perfect times throughout the day or to get there. But yeah, I mean, they also got a pool. That's kind of where I originally was doing the pool workouts as well during pool rehab. I was there doing that, but there's one also upstairs, but that one's usually more people using it for like yoga and stuff like that. This one's more so free use for anybody's in here. In here. Oh crap! I put it upside down. Oops, my phone. But yeah. Go find a yoga mat and then boom! Oh wait, my wallet. Can't have my wallet on me while I'm working out. But yeah. So yeah, it's sick. I really love this weight room. Or not weight room, still wellness center. There's a lot of things that go into it. But yeah, alright, well, that's today's session for workout. I'll talk to you for journal, but see you. Hello. I guess I got done a little with my body and core workout. I'm gonna tell you, one of the things is push-ups. It was like 45 seconds of doing push-ups, which it doesn't sound horrible, but then you gotta realize you gotta do that twice, and then you gotta do that twice 4 times. So you're doing it 8 times, 45 seconds. Basically, my arms don't work anymore. Squats, I don't find too much difficult. I get tired, especially towards the end. But it's much more doable. I can definitely feel my hips, which is weird. I wonder if it's just because I'm doing body weight that I feel it more in my hips. Especially because I was going more so for range of motion rather than just like, perfect squat. So I went like down to the ground, basically, touched my butt to the ground every time. So I probably ended up working more my hips rather than anything else, just flexibility. And then there's ab workouts. What else was there? I mean, there's side crunches, but that's ab, shoulder. Also, I feel like for abs, sometimes, especially when I'm doing like crunch, like, not crunches, I was about to say crunch, like side planks and plank slips, stuff like that. It's just like, I feel like sometimes my shoulders give out before my abs do. And, sorry, I slipped in the snow. They cleared out a lot of the sidewalk, so. But yeah, anyway, so I gotta work on shoulder strength or endurance. I should endurance more than strength, but I mean both, technically. But yeah, I mean that says a lot about my abs, right? I mean my abs are so strong that they outweigh my shoulders, or they last longer than my shoulders do, which is a good thing, you know. My abs are my core is strong, but that also says my shoulders are weak. So I gotta work on that. But yeah, today's workout I would say is pretty good. Tap in speed, or not tap in speed, it was more so drive phase acceleration, so it felt like very good. But I feel like I'm starting to be feeling myself again, you know. I know I'm not there, I'm different, that's for sure, but I feel like I'm starting to become who I was before, because that person's really special to me. I love that dude, but I just gotta find him. Oh, there's pee. There's some yellow snow. Sorry, I get distracted easily. But yeah, I just gotta work my way slowly by slowly until I get to him again. Definitely been more myself though. Yeah. And I really appreciate it, because I feel like, as much as it sucked, I feel like it really just, my injury sucked. It really just allowed me to change. Wet water. It says snow. Gross. Just allowed me to heal and kind of discover things about myself. Because it was just like one of those things where my life was tracked. That was basically what I'd look for most of every day, and not being able to do it, it really just took its toll on me. But it also just allowed me to find things that I really just loved. You know, originally I was an astrophysics major, and I was like, you know, I'd be sick. And then it was just like, after my injury, it was like a last minute major switch. It just made me realize that I can't live without any type of sport. You know, I have to be on track some way, some form, by coaching, training, athletic trainers, or being an athlete. But I had to be on that track. You know, I couldn't imagine a day where I'm not on it. And when I did imagine it, something in my soul just like, it felt empty, you know. Not being able to do that, it felt like I was missing something, you know, like missing a piece of myself, of who I was. So I switched my major to kinesiology, and now I'm here. It's sick. I love it. New experience. And then without my injury, if I probably would have continued my self-training, but with my injuries, sorry. Damn, I slipped. I was trying to stretch my calf, but I slipped. There's no hard to hear this. But yeah, so I'm happy. It set me on the path to talk to Coach Lawrence, and they changed my life. But I'm in the building now, washing my feet. That's what that noise is. I'm gonna go. So, see you guys.